Dumont.
Good afternoon. As my submission covers many points, I'll give a brief overview, ask you a few questions that I have, and then leave the remaining time for any questions you may have of me. I understand the Council is a challenging financial situation, and this is requiring the Council to make difficult choices. As a young Cantabrian, I look forward to watching Christchurch grow and flourish into a vibrant, resilient, and sustainable city that is great to live in. Therefore, my submission focuses on making sure we make the correct decisions today that make this a reality. I do not support the selling of assets. This is short-sighted, and better alternatives exist. I believe that funding should be prioritized for fixing existing infrastructure, and that this should be made resilient. In addition, non-red zone brownfield sites should be redeveloped in preference to greenfield sites to limit urban sprawl. I support the Council's initiative to improve the energy efficiency of its social housing and strongly suggest the Council considers additional measures to reduce the projected increased economic stratification in Christchurch. In regards to transport, I strongly support the Council's major cycle routes program, its transport goals, objectives, and listed transport community outcomes. I believe the creation of a public rail transport line would be a great addition to this proposal. While I have some concerns with regard to the current performance measures, project scores, and listed negative effects of vehicle transport, I believe that in general the goals and objectives are well-founded and when achieved, will make Christchurch a truly people-centric as opposed to car-centric city. I wish to express my appeal that the Council holds true to these goals and objectives in the face of central government pressure to create a roading system which is freight and car-centric. As a lay person intimately involved in local democracy, I consider the performance targets for public participation in democratic processes, governments, and decision-making unacceptably low. All residents should feel they can participate and contribute to the Council decision-making. I fully support the Council's sustainability policy and support increased environmental education, though I do not think the performance targets are ambitious enough, as every child should have environmental education. Likewise, I fully support the Council's mitigation measures for the negative effects of refuse, but I'm concerned about their targets. I'm wondering if the panel can please explain to me the proposed targets for recyclable materials. Given 14% of the contents of the red bin are composed recyclable material, I do not understand how the Council plans to promote recycling and decrease the amount collected simultaneously. Clarification on this matter would be appreciated.
Thank you. Has anyone got any questions? Ali.
Yeah, I really enjoyed reading your submission.
Oh,
I thought it was really well thought out and you covered a huge number of areas. I just wanted to ask you about the rail issue, because you make mention there of, I'll just pull it up, the estimated cost of a passenger rail network for the Christchurch region is estimated between $10 and $140 million. Mm-hmm. Have you looked at that further with regards to the ECAN report on that? I think theirs was $10 million for a short-term, reasonably limited service. Just a little more on that, because there's quite a gap, isn't there, 10 and 100?
There is. It really seems like it depends how far they want to go, how many different cars. Yeah, I'd have to get more specific estimates for you, but I don't have that information in front of me right now.
Okay. No, that's fine. Thanks.
Philip. Oh, I don't know where that came from.
Because right now, say we decide that. Would you agree with the plan though that as we do our planning, that we incorporate future light rail, and so that we plan as to where we'll put our corridors?
That sounds fantastic. Yeah. That sounds quite practical within the constraints at the moment.
Yep. No more questions? No? Okay. That's great. Thank you very much.
So did you guys actually, I was wondering about the refuge. Does anybody have an answer on that? Or
that's not the role of this hearing.
But, no worries.
But we will feed that back to you in our response to you, because it is the practice of the Council to feed back to those that submit. But on that particular issue, we might because we're trialling a new system of putting Q&A up on the website as we go, so that
Okay.
people are getting some feedback initially on their submissions. So we'll see if we can make a note of that particular question and see if we can feed it back that way, but with a direct link to you.
Thank you very much.
I think it's really good that she's raised that.
Yeah.
And I think it's something we really do need to look at seriously. 14% is huge. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.